my name is Francis Tang with IdeateTV, and today we are here with Richard Lui at the V3 conference. Richard, can you tell our audience a little bit about what you do?
Sure. Hey, Francis, good to be here. I'm an anchor for MSNBC and NBC News. I've been there for about 3 years, and before that was with CNN for about 5.
So I understand that before you got into journalism, you were in the business and technology area. So what prompted you to go into journalism?
You know, it's one of those situations where I hit a point in my life and I said, hey, if I could do anything in the world, what would I like to do? And I really enjoyed my business career up to that point. But when I hit that juncture after Citibank and we had sold the business, it was either go back to New York and do strategy consulting or move on to something that I've always loved, and that's news. So I had this opportunity to start with an organization in Singapore. I worked there for 2 years. They were great. They gave me the opportunity to learn, and then I moved to CNN after, then now MSNBC and NBC News.
So being Asian American, was it difficult? Like, what kind of challenges and hurdles did you have to overcome?
You know, I think it's something that you evaluate because, I'm a business guy, so I look at myself as a product. So I was looking at, okay, in this wrapper, I kind of look this way, and like a bar of soap in the middle of an aisle, somebody has to pick me off that shelf, right? So I was trying to reach out when I moved into this space to see, okay, where do I fit on that shelf? Yeah. Am I Irish Spring? Am I Ivory Soap? What's the deal? And I felt that just like any other quality, whether it be job experience, age, that was another consideration to make.
That's really great advice for anyone looking to...
To be a bar of soap?
Yeah, yes. If I wanted to be a bar of soap, we can consult this guy. Okay, so, how did your family feel about you going into the media? I know that it's very...
See, that's a good question, Francis, because I had finished 2 years of business school. I had a job and an offer, and I called up my dad and I said, guess what, after Citibank, I'm not going to go back to my job in New York. I'm going to go do news now. And because I'm going to news, I have to pay back my sponsorship because the business I was working for paid for me to go to business school. Yeah. And I also told my dad, I'm going to make negative $30,000 that year. Because if you look at how much I was going to make and how much I had to pay back, it was like I was going to basically make negative amounts of money. And my dad laughed. And he said, I knew you would always do things differently. And so I think that is a good microcosm of the way they've always sort of treated me and my siblings, is to go out, make some mistakes, do what you think is important to you. Like when I almost flunked out of high school, my parents still supported me. When I worked and didn't go to college out of high school, they still were there for me.
Supportive parents.
Absolutely, yeah. They're crazy, right?
That's amazing. That's
awesome. So that's what sort of enabled me to approach career planning as if you could do anything you wanted to do, what would you really like to do? And go for it. But take logical steps toward it. Don't do anything. Yeah.
So if you had to give a couple pieces of advice to our viewers, especially those who are interested in getting into the media and having a hard time breaking through, what would you tell them?
Hard time breaking through. Well, what it takes is a lot of practical experience. So sometimes I think there's a choice to take on academic opportunities, academic challenges. At a certain point, it's just get out there and do it. Internships, volunteering. There's so many great opportunities through many of the journalist associations. And through those journalist associations, you'll have like a 2 or 3 month opportunity to work for free maybe. But grab those opportunities, get a good portfolio together. That's the most important thing. You talk to any news director, you talk to any media hire, what they want is a great portfolio. Show me your reel. And the only way that I think we get better at this is by doing more of this, right? It's like a muscle. And the more times we exercise the muscle, the better we get at it. We make better decisions. We think about better storylines, right? We think of ways to express ourselves that we weren't able to do before. And we can't do that by just opening up a book sometimes. But I'm biased because, again, I was a guy that almost didn't go to school. I got into this industry by not going to J school. So I do believe that there's another way. J school's good, but I think for those who are hiring, I think nowadays they're looking for folks that just have been able to exercise the muscles, and a lot of it.